Hey, what's up, good people? It's Rob Lee. This is a hard video to do, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. I don't like putting down my fellow Americans. And let me say, first and foremost, I love this country. I love it, man. I love this country. I truly do. I love this country. I love the flag. I love the people. I love the land. I love it. 200 years ago, Napoleon warned that when China awakes, it will shake the world. Well, China is awake, and she is getting ready to shake the world to its foundations. And she's going to start with the United States. Now, anybody who has any kind, any kind of knowledge, just a little bit about what's going on, knows that China is the new power. China is the new power. They are the new big boy on the block. It's not the United States. China's economy is growing more than at 7 to 8 times faster than America's. But what most Americans do not seem to comprehend is that the Zionist-controlled media steadfastly refuse to actually tell the people this. China is already so rich that it is now starting to dictate economic policy to not only the United States but the world. Yes, even the United States is being told by China, this is what you're going to do. The prestigious Peterson Institute says that China is already the number one economic power in the world, and it's not even close. China's economy is already people, not only bigger than America's, but significantly larger. I mean, we're not talking about just a little bit. We're talking they've gone past us miles. They're way ahead of us, but we're not told this. You see, we pay attention to everything else because we never get the truth. China's economic power becomes even more impressive when you think about that. As they grow bigger, we shrink in power. You see, it's one thing for them to get big and for us to stay with them, but that's not what's happening. As they get bigger, we get smaller. As they get richer, we get poorer. This is the reality. The Beijing government, people, has almost no debt. Washington has nearly $160 trillion in debt. It would take each American person $45,000 to pay off the debt that we owe, most of it to China. China has $4 trillion in cash and its reserves. You want to know what America has? Shit, nothing, nada, because it's all been stolen, and we know who has stolen it, don't we? Let's all we got to do is point to the Middle East, and you will realize that's where all your money, that's where all your gold has gone. China's tax revenues are up 35%. Our tax revenues are down. 97% of Chinese workers are employed. Can you imagine that? 97% of the Chinese workers are employed. In America, you have not as many jobs for two reasons. One, because so many jobs have been shipped overseas. So many jobs to China, India, Pakistan, Mexico, so many jobs. Secondly is the American worker. You see, the American worker is more worried about other things. We'll close the video in just a couple minutes with that. In China, the wages are rising. And here in the United States, for those that do work, the blue-collar jobs, the wages have stayed the same or even gone down. China enjoys the largest foreign capital inflows of any nation on earth. It's now the world's number one mine operator, when the United States was for the longest time, the number one car maker, number one manufacturer, number one exporter. General Motors manufactures 70% of its automobiles in China. China has the world's largest shopping centers, the world's finest luxury hotels. China is a nation on the way up, while sadly, our country, the beautiful United States and Canada, is on their way down. Chinese students are ranked number one in the world. American students are ranked now 40th. China's Tian-2 supercomputer is the fastest in the world. Yes, China, not Silicon Valley, but China. American technicians don't even understand how they are able to get this type of speed. China has the largest army in the world, 2.2 million active duty personnel. 2.2 million active duty personnel. Over 500,000 more than the United States. Their military is state of the art. They are a superpower. Science, technology, scholarship of their students, all of it. China is the world's most dominant nation. They have surpassed the United States. And they are more than willing right now to dictate policy to us. They buy up, the Chinese bankers and investors have bought up land from New York to Texas to Montana to California. Yes, even a place like remote Montana. Chinese bankers and investors have gone in and bought up huge tracts of land. Why has all this happened? Because the American people, we have lost our way. You see, we were hijacked by a people that came from Babylon, the ancient Babylonians. The hexagram, the six-pointed star, and the people who call themselves the Masons. Now, some people have tried to come on my channel and say they've defended the Masons. Oh, they're just a bunch of good people. I understand where some of you are coming from, because the truth is most of you have no idea where the Masons actually come from, what it actually means to be a Mason. Yes, I know that the Masons and the small lodges, they're not harming anybody. I'm talking about 33rd degree Masons that get the name from the Bible, 1/3. You get it? 1/3. 1/3 that fell, an evil entity. And of course the six-pointed hexagram that people follow. You see, we have become a country that's full of lust. We follow the devil in church. We don't follow Jesus Christ. We follow the devil right all the way to hell. Americans love to eat and sit on their asses. Americans love to drink. Americans love to do dope. Americans love to watch TV. They love to watch movies. They love their music. Americans love their sports. Oh, how they love to go home and kick back and watch some more TV. They love their trinkets. They love their laptops. They love their computers. They love their phones. Addicted to it. They are addicted to the internet. You get the average person on the internet, 6, 7, 8, 10 hours a day reading nothing but bullshit. Americans love to be entertained. Americans love to shop. Americans love credit cards because they love being in debt. Americans love cool cars when most Americans, and I'm not being cruel, don't have a pot to piss in nor when to throw it out of. But they want everything cool. Americans love following liars. They love being told the lie. They love the lie. They eat the lie. They sleep the lie. America has lost its way. And yet many people believe there's going to be a revolution and we're going to take it back. No, individuals will be saved. I hate what has happened to my country and what has happened to the American people. Now, the only hope left is Jesus Christ. It's always been the only hope. We've turned our back on God. You see, we're a godless country now. There was a time Jesus Christ was everything to this country. Everything. Jesus Christ has been rejected for the six-pointed hexagram. Do you not understand? You see, we have rejected Jesus Christ for Babylon, and we will pay for it. As a nation, we're doomed. Individually, many of you have plenty of hope. His name is Jesus Christ. I suggest you seek him and do it really, really fast. May God have mercy upon you.